Sometimes when I look at my closet, I feel like I'm in an episode of Hoarders, and that's when you know you've gone too far. Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here today. Today's video is something that has been highly requested for years. That's right, I'm doing a closet clean out. I have never done one of these before. I mean, obviously I've done them off camera, but I've never done one on the blog or on Instagram or on YouTube, obviously. But today is the day and you all have spoken, so that's what we're gonna do. So just a little disclaimer, I do have a lot of clothes, and by a lot I mean a lot, more than any person can wear in their lifetime, and I recognize that, but at the same time, this is my job. This has been my job for 5 years. I know that I'm still pretty new on YouTube, but I've been blogging for over 5 years, and I've had my Instagram account the same amount of time, and so over time, you know, things build up and it just accumulates. And while I do smaller clear outs monthly and do the seasonal ones as well, it's been a long time since I've done a major clear out, but it is time. And I don't know, sometimes when I look at my closet, I feel like I'm in an episode of Hoarders, and that's when you know you've gone too far. But yeah, anyway, so please don't judge. I know that I have way more clothes than any person should, but at the same time, this is my job as a fashion blogger, so I guess you could say it's like my uniform, but now I just need to go through my uniforms, so I'll just leave it at that. So you're probably wondering, what do I do with all the clothes that I'm going to get rid of? So I do quite a few things. I do not throw things away because I just find that really wasteful, and to be honest, when I go through my wardrobe, I do go through it pretty often. My clothes don't really get to the point where they need to be thrown away. I take very good care of them, so they are usually in pristine condition. To be honest, you can't even tell that someone wore them. They look brand new, and I take a lot of pride in that. I really do take good care of them, and so it just makes me happy to see them go on to someone new who will appreciate them and wear them and love them as much as I did, and that makes me feel a lot better about this whole thing, because to be honest, this is really a hard thing for me to do. I have a hard time parting with my clothing. I don't know why. I love everything in my wardrobe. Moving on, so I make a few piles. I make a donation pile, and I do donate quite a bit of clothing. I donate to my local homeless shelter, and sometimes I'll go to Goodwill or Salvation Army, but usually it's the homeless shelter. And then I have a giveaway pile for family and friends that are the same size if I find something that I feel like they would really love. And I will also be making a pile for things to take to the tailor. I don't go to the tailor very often, but I do know there's maybe like a handful of pieces that I do need to take to be hemmed. I mean, you wouldn't know by looking at me, but I'm 4'11", so very, very petite, and things just drown me, and they're always too long. So yeah, there's quite a few pieces that I do love, but they are just too big and I need to have them tailored. So that will be another thing that I need to put on my to-do list. And then for my higher end or brand new items, I like to consign and list on Poshmark when I remember to. So if I don't list right away, please forgive me. I am really busy. So a few tips that I can give you if you are doing this at home. I personally do have a hard time parting with things, so I try to keep a few things in mind when I go through my clothing. So first off, I ask myself, does it fit? Like, does it fit right now? Not 10 pounds ago or in the future if I think I might wear it. And I feel like this is probably the hardest part of it, because I did gain a little bit of weight. I had some food issues with intolerances and allergies, that kind of thing, and so I had some bloating, and it wasn't very fun, and I'm still kind of going through that process of trying to figure out what works for my body. So I do have a few items in my wardrobe that are a little bit smaller than what I am now, and I'm trying to get back there. So I have saved them because they're my very favorite pieces and I just can't bear to part with them. So in that case, you know, why not? But for the most part, you don't want to keep everything that just doesn't fit you anymore. It makes you feel bad looking at those clothes thinking, oh man, I used to be this size and then now I'm this size. You know what I mean? So I think you should just get rid of them and fill your closet with things that make you smile, that fit. I also have a few items that were quite expensive, but I never wore them for whatever reason, and so I have a hard time parting with those just because of the price. But those will go to consignment or be listed on Poshmark so that I can at least give back a little bit of what I paid and not have them mocking me in my closet anymore. And also those things that you think might come back into style, because everything comes back into style, and so you're just keeping it for the future. I actually don't have a hard time parting with these sorts of items because when they do come back into style in the future, they usually are updated and have different details and that sort of thing, and so I like to purchase the newer item. This, however, is not the case with vintage items, which I do like. I will wear them regardless of whether or not they're in style, and so I feel like with vintage items you can get away with more, but I'm talking about, you know, the things from like your high school, college days, and you're just holding on to them thinking that they're gonna come back into style and I'm gonna be ahead of the trends. Just get rid of them. I will also be getting rid of things that I just don't reach for anymore. So even though I absolutely love them, I just don't wear them for whatever reason. Maybe they don't fit right or I don't feel comfortable in it. Those things that you pull out, try on, and then for whatever reason you put it back into your closet and pick something else. Those have to go because they're just taking up space and they could really be making someone else happy to wear them. And lastly, I'll be looking at things that fit my current lifestyle. About 6 months ago, I went full-time with my blogging. Before that, I was a guitar instructor, and before that, I was a substitute teacher. And before that, I worked in an office, and yeah, so I have a lot of things that I've held onto that I guess are more suitable for the workplace rather than working at home. Since I do work from home, I can wear pretty much whatever I want, which is amazing. So I don't really have a uniform, and while I do still like to look professional, it doesn't have to be as buttoned up. I can wear my princess dresses and call it a day. And other questions you should ask yourself when you're going through your wardrobe, aside from does it fit, have I worn it in the past, I don't know, 6 months, a year, whatever timeline you want to give yourself. Is it worn out? That kind of thing. You also want to ask how it makes you feel, because you want to wear clothing that makes you feel good. Not only look good, but makes you feel good and feel beautiful. And for me, that is the definition of why I keep something. I want to feel good in what I wear. I want to feel beautiful. I want it to feel 100% me. I don't want to feel like an imposter in my own clothing, or like I'm wearing some sort of costume or something that, you know, might be trendy for someone else, but it really just doesn't fit me as a person or my personal style. I feel like with this, you really have to know who you are and what your style is. And if you're interested in learning more about that, I actually have a style quiz if you sign up for my newsletter, and it goes through all kinds of different styles that would fit your personality, I guess your style personality, based on the questions that you answer. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link to my newsletter below. And trust me, you want to sign up because it's really fun. I include a lot of really fun stuff in there, and it's something that I really put a lot of time into. So I know that you'll love it. Okay, so now that I've talked your ear off, let's get down to business. Before we begin, I'm going to show you where I keep my clothing and how I organize it. So over here, I have my shoe rack. And then I have some handbags. I'm not going to go through these today, but I will save them for another video, so stay tuned for that. I have some more shoes on this standing wardrobe rack, as well as some really pretty spring and summer dresses. I change this out seasonally, so for winter and fall I put my pastel coats on here, and then for spring and summer I put up some dresses that make me smile. Over here is my shooting rack, and I use this for campaigns and collaborations. This is for when brands send me clothes and I need to shoot it. I keep it right here and I make outfits accordingly. Right now I have some really pretty pieces from one of my favorite Australian brands. And this is my actual closet in the office. I have quite a few shoes, so I'm gonna go through those as well, not today, but pretty soon. And then I have a lot of stuff in here. So over here I have some tweed jackets, some sleeveless dresses, some midi dresses, maxi dresses, longer skirts, sets, so top and skirt or top and whatever, short sleeve tops, and skirts. And lastly, this is the master closet. So I have my long sleeve tops over here, and then I have some short sleeve dresses and long sleeve dresses, and these are all regular length, like knee length and above. And you're probably wondering, why does she have so many closets? Well, we live in an apartment and I don't have a walk-in closet, and I do have quite a large wardrobe, so yes, that's it. And I also try to color coordinate. The other closet is a little bit messy, but we're gonna fix that today. you're wondering why I didn't go through this portion of my wardrobe, it's because I literally just went through it when I moved out my coat. And so these are all items that I'm keeping, but I'll just show you what I have here because I know that a lot of you are going to ask. So first off, I have this beautiful LIZZIE dress. This is from a gorgeous Australian brand, and it's from my very first New York Fashion Week. It is one of my all-time favorite dresses. I have lots of really fun ruffly pieces and some tulle and lots of floral prints. This is also one of my favorite dresses from Waif. And some more Review Australia pieces. And then some really gorgeous lace maxi dresses, and some florals, and some more like boho dresses. And yeah, there's a lot of really pretty ones over here. That's why they're on this rack. Then also this really pretty chic-wish dress. And another one from New York Fashion Week. You can't really see it, but it has some gorgeous embroidery, and it's from ASOS, and I got it a long time ago, so they don't have it anymore, but it's definitely one of my favorites, and it has this really pretty open back too. And then this one is one that I picked up from a Rent the Runway sample sale, and I just thought it was so beautiful. The entire process took a few days. In the end, I ended up with 4 large garbage bags full of clothing that I donated and consigned. I kept a small box for Poshmark and gifting. I also kept 5 items to take to the tailor. I hope you enjoyed watching my massive closet clean out, and I hope you loved getting a peek into my frilly, florally, feminine closet. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and share with your friends. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Talk to you later. Bye!